everything's good from there.
And then give us a second. If you can share and you can share and you can share, that'd be wonderful.
I'm working on it. Once it shows up in my life.
Yeah, it hasn't showed up for me yet either.
I mean, your page is tagged, if that counts.
Yeah, no, that's why I was waiting for it to show up in my life. We are live. Wait, why isn't it here? Why are you lie? Why are you the lie?
Oh, we got 2 people. Hi, everybody.
What's up, kids?
We're doing shares.
This is super official business.
Not that it matters, but for some reason I've gotten to call everybody that listens to us maniacs. It's gender neutral and it's also ridiculous.
I like it.
Episode 39.
Oh, we do have a hello. Hello, I'm waving back as well.
Pre-Pax.
Share Facebook page that I run, Afroductions. Hey, look. These maniacs think I'm cool.
I mean,
cool. Hashtag hacks.
Like my casual slide of tagging your event and your page.
Yeah, no, you got a little deep on the me love. You know that I am trash and do not deserve this. Yeah. Hey, look at these maniacs.
All right.
Share.
London with a Y is ready to go.
Got to do that spell check. What? I had to
I
spell check my thing because I'm
good?
really bad at the spelling.
5-ish, 4-ish, 3-ish.
Dang, we've been doing this for 100 minutes.
Hey, maniacs. Thanks for joining us. Good golly and good gracious. What? I'm not loud. You're loud. We are saltTier podcast here on the Soundcasting Network. This is episode 39. We're coming to you from Studio 212 here in the South Lake Union of Seattle, Washington. And, USA, West Coast, whatever. We are brought to you tonight by the lovely and ever-present New Belgium Brewing, Pacific Northwest. Thank you, Lauren. And just to give you some information about them, they are a B Corp certified brewery. They are employee owned. #live dangerously. You can follow them at New Belgium _PNW or at Voodoo Ranger for the specific line of Voodoo Ranger IPA, Juicifer, Juicy Haze, and stuff like that. And in a world filled with ordinary IPAs, Voodoo Ranger saves the day. Woo!
Nice.
I know.
That's some good copy.
But if you don't know who we are Soundcasting Network's very own video game podcast where your argument is
Banana cream pie.
It is banana cream pie. It's absolute trash. And joining us 4 here at the table is the rarely elusive, always fantabulous.
Us 3, and then there's a 4th.
Oh. Us 4 and joining us is a 5th.
Oh,
sorry.
Yes.
Is the Emperor Lotte, the Regent of Rigatoni, the Prince of Parmesan, and the Sultan of Spaghetti, Keith the Boogie.
Huzzah! Huzzah! 1,000 huzzahs!
Go Cougs. And we got a guest. We got a guest in the house too. So I'm going to start off. Maniacs, I am Loud and Brown. I am at Loud and Brown on Twitter and Instagram. If I ever game for some reason, don't give me that look. I am Gross Staff with a PH.
No, I was following the checklist. Go ahead.
Word. And to my right, I got.
Oh, I guess I'm Dominique, Afroductions. I'm an event host here in Seattle, and we'll get more to that later. But I've been a fan of this podcast since it started because I know most of these people, sometimes in periphery, this one in real life. For you in podcast space, I pointed at Sage. So insert point at Sage there. Thanks, sound guy. And I'll keep passing. You'll hear more from me later.
I guess it's then me, Sage. Hi, you're token redhead of the group, I guess. Sage Bell on most things. Sage Bell _model on Instagram and Facebook. I also stream on Twitch very rarely, but that's Sage Bell. And to my right,
You got the save rings, ... I'm tired, but I'm here, and we're going to talk some video games and talk about a partay and talk about video games.
But talk about another partay.
But talk about everything except episode 9.
Oh, I thought we weren't going to bring it up. We spent an hour on this. I thought we weren't going to bring it up. I was not prepared. I don't have my notes.
We're bringing it up not to bring it up. But anyway, Battlefront 2. There we go. I brought it back to video games.
Okay, there you go. That's going to be the script for episode 9.
Mm-hmm. It's Battlefront 2 running around.
Battlefront 2.
Woo!
Pink Darth Vader. There we go.
Pink Vader?
Yeah, that's a Battlefront 2 joke there. The people were asking how come you can't mod and how come you can't play offline with Battlefront 2, and the president of EA was like, well, then people can mod it, but we want to keep everything canonly accurate. And people are like, but Han Solo's running around in Naboo fighting battle droids. So somebody took Battlefront 2 and they modded Pink Darth Vader into it, and they're like, look, you can do it. And it trended, and everybody was like, ooh, sick burn, EA.
Sick burn.
Yep.
EA's a monster anyway. They're going down with all the other dinosaurs and the Koch brothers. Is that too dark?
No, but we keep having to wait for time to do it. I'm waiting for us to do it. Like,
Yeah, someone just to parachute in and for like Dolph Lundgren to punch him in the larynx. Yeah.
The Expendables 5 is a real life documentary on how these old action heroes save us from the Koch brothers.
I'd watch that. I want that to be a Telltale game series.
Hey, Netflix, are you listening? Somebody sign that up.
Yo, hold on, that was my idea. I will give you all 10%. I will give you all the Disney deal. You can have 5%,
No.
5%,
No.
and all the merchandising.
I'm going to give you the Disney deal.
Oh, snap.
I'm taking 50% and the TV deals.
Well, here's all of our arguments we had before the cameras were running.
Yeah, you can tell what we were talking about in the nerd sphere besides video games. But anywho.
Anyway, what I've been doing this week. You ready for a shocker?
I'm going to go out on a limb. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Did you play some Street Fighter?
I did.
Did you play some Tekken?
I did not play Tekken this week.
Okay, did you play some... You haven't said it in a
Overwatch.
while. Yeah, have you played some Overwatch?
I did play some Overwatch with good old Zaki Poo, who has to come on the podcast pretty soon. He is a freaking smart, cool dude.
And did you watch some esports or an esports documentary of some sort?
Oh, yeah. I will put a link. We'll get London with a Y, our intern, to post up a link on the chat. I can't remember. What would work better, on the chat or on our page? People look at the chat. I'm going to put it on the chat. I'm going to put a chat. Action Sports put out some good videos, and Corey Gamey put out some good content this week. There's just good YouTube creators really flexing right now, making great pieces and not just toilet humor, like clips of someone's stream of like the funniest jokes they come up with at the time. Like people wrote out outlines. People have a thesis to what they're talking about. High emphasis on Corey Gaming. His content is nuts. I actually kind of fanboyed when I saw him at Evo.
We should probably send that link to the video that we were passing back and forth in chat about how to grow your esports tournament. That was pretty interesting video. I think that was him
Yeah,
too,
that was
wasn't it?
Corey Gaming. I'll do that right now. London with a Y. Can you get on that, please?
She's on it.
Cool. Other than that, I've been getting ready for PAX. We've been talking to Lauren from New Belgium, and we're on the fence. Like we're trying to figure out how involved we're going to be in because they are doing way more events than I thought they were. They're all over PAX. So hopefully we can help out a little bit, schlep some gear, pass out some business cards, and let people know about our podcast. And she has some swag for us to give out too. So come and find us. We look like this.
Check us out on Facebook if you want to know.
This does not include me. I'm still the guest.
No,
I'm
no,
still the guest.
No, you're part of it. We're
And
sucking you in.
for people listening in the podcast, you're gonna get super confused on which one I am.
The brown one with the afro.
No, you're still super
the
confused.
one that smiles a lot and talks a lot.
You're still confused on which one I am.
The one that's in the geek culture.
Yeah, he looks like Charlie Brown with the beard.
There you go.
That's a Lion
Boom!
King shirt.
Boom goes the dynamite.
I feel like there is nothing more brown Charlie Brown than the Lion King. Like that works for me.
There you
On
go.
the discussion of musical theater, by the way, had some good productions this year in Seattle. I saw West Side. It was fantastic.
Yo, West Side Story was pretty dope.
Nice. Well, all right.
Okay, and then
Parappa the Rapper. There, musicals. There you go.
Thank you. And then we got Dominique to the right.
But you've been
What you been up to? What have you been playing, doing, watching?
So for playing, Slay the Spire is my background, is my microwave background radiation. Like Slay the Spire is what I do in between doing things.
Nice.
But Age of Wonders Planetfall dropped. And
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing that.
I'm a 4X guy. Like, you want to play a 20-minute game with your friends, I have no time for you if you don't give me 12 hours in front of your computer sweating while the mistake you made on turn 16 has already ruined you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking that up down the road. I'm a huge Paradox Interactive fan.
yeah.
Like Stellaris.
You want to explain that for the maniacs? Like, what are the stuff?
Stellaris is my jam. They make that as well. They make City Skylines. They make a bunch of stuff like that.
But this specifically, like, so their original line of Age of Wonders is Civilization and Dungeons and Dragons had a baby.
Yeah.
And the big problem for the Sid Meier's franchise,
Civs and Dragons.
Yeah.
Dungeons and
closes computer, flips table, walks out.
But also like throw in all the sci-fi too. Just throw it all in there.
So, well, that's where we're coming to. Like, Sid Meier's big problem was Alpha Centurion. Was how do you make this game work in space?
Yeah.
And Alpha Centurion, both times it's happened, has been garbage.
Really?
It has been so bad. But here we go with another 4X game jumping in and being like, you know what? You can do this if it's done well. And they did it.
That's totally
well.
Paradox's MO right there. They're like, we'll take the thing that everybody's done a million times and we'll make it good.
Yeah,
we'll
Alpha Centurion trash. Age of Wonders Planetfall. Age of Wonders Planetfall has me, and it released last week. I'm over 40 hours into it.
I believe it.
And that's with the 2 jobs that I have. Like, I can't tell you how much fun I'm having playing the what's it called? Campaign. The campaign is dope.
Nice.
And just tuning into the chat, by the way, we got Cheng pinging in. We got to add this to the list. We may or may not have to talk about WoW Classic and how gnarly it's been recently.
That is true. I actually installed WoW Classic on my computer like 2 days ago. I'm just waiting for.
So this is like Burning. This is before Burning Crusade.
Yeah.
This is all the patches up to right before Burning Crusade came out.
This is like 50-person raids on Blackwing Lair.
Well, actually, like, it doesn't have Battlegrounds. Was Battlegrounds after Burning Crusade?
No,
I didn't play.
Battlegrounds happened before Burning
Okay,
Crusade.
so it doesn't include Battlegrounds then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just vanilla, straight up just vanilla first expansion. Not first expansion, just vanilla WoW.
But you know what? If you're mad at the wait times of Vanilla WoW, you didn't play Vanilla WoW.
Yeah.
Vanilla
Was it that
WoW
bad?
was like always. I was in BlackRock. Like we were the first ones to run through most of the major raids. Like BlackRock, it was my heart and soul. And if you didn't sign in before you went to class, then go to class, come back after 2 hours and play your game, you didn't play Vanilla WoW. You are a liar. You are a 14-year-old child. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and they're talking about that. That's gonna happen again with this, and it's just like, oh, it's like nostalgia, just like back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
You have the freaking dial-up days.
Yeah, but Naglfar, man. No, wait, Naglfar is a black metal band. What's the name of the one, the last dragon?
That's also a boss on EverQuest.
Oh, Naglfar?
Yes.
That's so metal.
Naglfar's
Who's the last dragon in Black
he dropped a Cloak of Flames. That was like one of like the most uber items in the game, like in the first like 2 expansions. It was haste and a bunch of other stats.
I wasn't ready for an
was
Evercrack call.
Yeah.
EverQuest was my jam. Like
What was
that's
the
my
last
MMO.
dragon in Blackwing Lair?
I don't remember.
I'm going to go ask London with a Y. London with a Y. Sorry. Thank you for introducing yourself.
No. But that's mostly what I've been playing is just those 2 things. I write for a little local video game blog called Lifted Geek, and they send me out on stuff, and I'm getting ready to do a bunch of things for PAX. But I don't know. I'm still waiting for my next thing.
Nice. You good? You gonna save that?
Okay. Hey. Speaking of Lifted Geek, we should get some of them on here as well. The other ones. They're pretty awesome. They're a pretty great group. And what have I been doing since I was last on here? Let's see. Went to Ren Fair, camped with Dom and a bunch of other people. Nice. I went for a hike. My dog got real tired. I've been working on my girlfriend's costume because she's going to Dragon Con.
Nice.
Making the Bombshell Wonder Woman. I have not really played any video games, but I was watching a really great HBO show called Euphoria.
Ooh.
Oh wait, no, I don't think we've talked about that that was off podcast. It's about Zendaya's in it, And then Zendaya is like a drug addict, and she falls in love with a trans character who is trans female. And so it kind of follows all these different like storylines of different high schoolers. And it's pretty dark, but it's pretty addicting, and I love it a lot.
Nice.
That's really all I've been doing for the past 2 weeks.
Nice. I got the save rings here. What have I been doing? Quite a bit. I probably built about 3 PCs here in like the last like week and a half. I built our new Salt streamer, which is what we're streaming on here. I built my own version of it at home. It's pretty much it's very similar. It's very similar computer. I built it, but I haven't stuck it in a case yet. I just have it like all like rigged, sitting on top of the box that the motherboard came in, and it's all hooked up. And it's hooked up to a 30-inch monitor that I fished out of the PC recycle bin at my job. I'm like, you guys are throwing this away? It's badass, dude. It's like a 30-inch 2K monitor with like color correction and all this stuff on it, and it works fine, and there's no scratches. So I definitely like, oh, you guys aren't gonna use this? Bye. So that was a sweet come up. So now I have a nice monitor for my rendering and capture PC. As far as playing, a little bit of everything. A lot of the usual. I'm still hooked on my my idle clicker game. I'm hooked on this like Dungeons and Dragons like idle clicker game.
Idle Heroes?
Yeah, Idle Heroes.
Yo, I started day 1 on that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you know what's up.
Yeah.
I've been playing the crap out of that game. I play it. That's what I play when I'm not playing anything. Like in between stuff. I play it at work and stuff too. Don't tell nobody.
I don't know your life. I don't know who you are.
What you know about that? What you know about that?
Just messing around, playing some VR with some friends. I got a friend to play VR chat with me on Saturday night for the first time, and he was about 4 beers in, and that shit was fucking hilarious to play VR chat with somebody who's drunk and has never played it before. And we actually went to a bar in the game, and that dude was acting like your drunk friend at a bar, and that shit was fucking hilarious. And my avatar, I was Kevin Smith, and he was like this cat with like oversized arms because he didn't know like how to pick the right skins, and he was playing around with his controls, and he like literally did the whole like, my hands look awesome, and he's like running around telling people drunk and yelling at people like, look at my hands, and people were oh my god, I should have been recording it. It was hilarious, totally worth it.
You should have been recording it.
Yeah, I will. And then
Should have streamed it on SaltTier.
Yep.
Question, just on the semantics.
What's
Do
up?
you play VR chat?
You can. There's games that you can play in it. Like there's like little bootleg, little mini putt courses people make that may or may not work correctly, and
All right.
may or may not have gravity.
All right.
Or you can just like hang out, or you can just like explore. There's maps that you can just run around. Like somebody actually made a chat room that's literally 1-for-1 Blood Gulch, and you can just run around Blood Gulch. Or
All right.
Or you can just hang out at the bases.
What about Hang 'em High though?
Yeah. I'm not sure if somebody made that yet. I can go take a look. But literally, the first time I signed into the map, there's like 10 people standing there talking about politics, sitting on top of like the first base, and they're all just standing there talking about politics. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
That was a pretty good Gaming Onion Network post. I think they did something about like testing how old you are. It's like only like older gamers will get it. And all it did was a wide shot of Hang 'em High with like no HUD, no anything. And I was like, oh god, I haven't seen it.
Speaking of that, they showed some gameplay footage from the Master Chief Collection on the PC, and it looks fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
It looks gorgeous.
Oh
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
London with a Y finally kicked in. The final boss of Blackwing Lair is Nefarian.
Okay.
Before that, Chromagus, Flamagore, Iban Rock, Firemaw, Bloodlord Lashslayer, Volstraz the Corrupt, Razorgore the Untamed.
It's all a copy of EverQuest. They're talking about
Grethok the Controller.
Yo, I think if you go back through the log here, if you go back in the video, I said all those names. I feel like I said all those things, right? You all remember that, right? Where I clearly said all those things? I knew that
Totally.
right off the top of my head.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah, as far as playing, just playing some VR. And
I just have
playing some
Civs
other
and
stuff.
Dragons.
Nice.
That's all I have written here. Civs and Dragons.
And watching. This is kind of like my little mini topic. I've been watching. I watched a lot of Dota 2 over the weekend because this weekend was the international.
Oh yeah, tell us the results, buddy.
It was in Shanghai, China. And first, like, let me go off of China. Like, it seemed like a beautiful place. People were having fun. It was very hospitable. But like, you got to get your infrastructure and you got to get it together. China. They were pausing games because of lag. Streams were getting choppy, stuff like this. The players couldn't practice over there because ranked servers are blocked because China. So
Because Winnie the Pooh.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just stuff like that. So Okay, anyway.
I can hear the small tomahawk missile flying across the seas right now. It'll only destroy this room.
Yeah.
Hey, Winnie, come at us. You'll never get our honey.
Yeah.
Shit.
But back to TI. It was an amazing TI. I've been watching the TI since TI 2. The second one, this was TI 9. This was the stiffest competition I think I've probably ever seen in any esports tournament. The teams were stacked, and there was some historic firsts in it. This was the first time that any team has ever won multiple championships. In 9 years, no team's ever won more than once. OG, sponsored by Red Bull. You guys were talking about Red Bulls on fire lately earlier. Yeah, I was gonna pipe up and be like, yeah. I was gonna pipe up and be like, yeah, OG is I was standing here. They was like, yeah, like OG was gonna be a favorite coming into it, and but yeah, those guys like played pretty flawlessly. So yeah, you had the first time a team had won more than one, and it was also the first time any player had won more than one, which is kind of mind-boggling because you figure these guys, a lot of them have played in like 3 or 4 of these, played on separate different teams. So for no one player to ever win it twice, and then for a team to win it twice when no team's ever done it twice, was pretty amazing. OG played about as flawless as you can in any competition. Like I watch growing up and stuff, and even till to this day, I watch a pretty fair amount of sports, and I've seen like a lot of like dominant teams in my lifetime. I've seen like the 90s Bulls. I've seen like these Golden State Warriors. I've seen the Heat at their prime. Seen all these teams, these really dominant teams, the Cowboys back in the 90s. These guys were like, as far as like a 1-to-1 to their sport, that was like about as dominant as I've seen like any sports organization. They just came out. And they were just, what really impressed me about OG was they were unflappable. Like nothing bothered them at all. When they'd lose a game and they go outside and, you see them talking to each other. If you watched last year's, it's called True Sight. It's kind of like, it was like a documentary they did about the finals from TI 8 last year. And they just carried on this year. Nothing bothers them. They'll lose a game and be like, that was one game. And like you hear teams say that, but they truly believed it. They're like, it's just one game. We'll come back and win the next one. And they did.
That's dope.
Like every time. And this is another crazy thing. In Dota, like the kills, it doesn't really matter. It just kind of matters like how it affects your team and the timing of it and who it was. But usually, generally, when a team wins, they're also up in the kill count. I saw OG win more games when they were down 10 kills. I've never seen that before, like consistently. It didn't matter to them if they were dying or not. They had their plan. They were going to do it, and they did it, and they just rolled over you at the end. So that was pretty crazy. The team that they beat was Liquid, who won 2 years ago. I talked about it on the podcast. And Liquid, I think if they had played anybody else in that finals, they would have beat them. But they just ran into OG, and OG was they were literally like, we're just not going to lose. And they just didn't. And it was very impressive. Even if you know nothing about the game and you have no idea what's going on, just the skill that's on, it's very impressive.
Now, I was a League of Legends shoutcaster for a few years in that tournament.
Oh, yeah, you know what's up. Yeah.
Like the Dota shoutcasters and I would always be hanging out because we'd just be comparing games and notes and things.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was always real intense. And the international when it was here, like I got to go to some of those, and I was always just like, okay, I have no idea what anybody's saying, but like the heat, I can feel the heat coming off of these things. Yeah.
And then even as a casual fan, even as somebody who, like I said, I used to play this when I worked at a company here in South Lake Union. There was we had like the lounge with like the big TVs and stuff, and last year I was playing the international on one of those TVs, and people would stop and like kind of look at it, and some people were just like, I have no idea what's going on, but that looks amazing. Like, how are they doing that? And that's pretty much like the impression I, because if you've ever tried to play League of Legends, ever tried to play Dota or any, they're difficult. It's a little bit of a learning curve with those games. Even if you're already proficient at clicky type games, it's still a bit of a learning curve. And watching those guys play, it's just like, what game is this they're even playing? You can do that? Like, how they figure that out?
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely in awe of pro space, of pro gamers and stuff like that. I'm definitely in awe of our own semi-pro gamers that we have here at the table and all of those types. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. Go back and watch the highlights. We might post some stuff here on our Facebook. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, I was 12th in state in Smash Brothers Melee during its heyday. No big deal. Only fighting game that matters.
I know. We got to see the crowd for Smash Melee at Evo, and it was pretty weird.
Only fighting game that matters.
Yeah.
And here's why. It's the only thing I'll say about it. Frame rate. No other fighting game's frame rate matters. Like to the degree that Smash Brothers Melee is, and the wave dash is the pinnacle of that.
Sure. I'll agree to that. I mean, there's some gnarly frame data for the old Street Fighters, but yeah. Those just like they went to other versions. But I know frame data is super important for Street Fighter 3. It's pretty important for Marvel 2. 3D ones, not so much. Once they went 3D, once they went next gen, it kind of disappeared.
It's all right. No game in the Smash franchise has mattered after Melee, so...
I was big into Project M. I liked it a whole
yeah,
lot.
but that was a fan game trying to fix a broken one. That wasn't a
very
Smash
true.
Brothers game.
Yeah.
That was the Smash Brothers Melee community trying to fight back.
It was real cool seeing Ike hit top 8, though. That was kind of funny.
Yo, I'll give you that.
Nice. Oh, real quick before I forget, the prize pool for TI, it also broke the esports record, which was Fortnite at the moment, which was $30 million. I think the prize pool for this ended up being $34 million, and the first place team took $15 million.
Are they still doing the collection pool, or is this straight out of company?
I think Valve only puts up like 1.5 million, and the rest is through the compendium.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it's, I like that, but it's like, say, if we had to put money into the World Cup,
Yeah,
like,
but
it's kind of the same thing.
But
like,
the thing is, like, well, it'd be like that, but a picture you did put money into the World Cup, but you got like authentic jerseys that they wore on the field. And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because when you do get the compendium, you do get free stuff for watching it, and you get like keys, and you get like skins and things that you can only get that only unlock for that tournament.
Yeah.
So you do get things back out of it, especially like if you play the game, it would be worth it because then you'd have exclusive things that you only got that one time. But yeah, it does seem kind of like a weird proposition. But if you're into it at all, you will get stuff out of it.
But the only thing that I hold against it is the whole, like it's taking like that cap though. Like it's like, hey, guess what? Our fans gave you the most money that's been won in esports. I'm like, no, we don't pay for our baseball teams like that. We don't do anything. Like we pay for their stadiums.
You pay for the tickets.
Yeah, but nobody pays for baseball tickets.
Yeah, but when you go to a game though, like that's
you pay for a ticket. But if you pay for a ticket to go to that or TV, but you don't pay for their championship pool.
You kind of do.
No, you don't. Not like that.
If you watch a baseball game and you're watching those commercials, you're paying for it.
But it's not the same. It's really not the same.
Because there are ads when they show esports.
Yeah,
also.
it's really not the same. This is you directly. This is
more direct.
This
It's
is
more
a
direct.
Patreon.
Yeah.
It is an advanced Patreon.
But it's the
for
same
a
as
prize pool.
it's the same as going to a game though, and you get that experience of going to a game. You don't get a free jersey as well. Sometimes they have like free bats night
I'll
or
call
whatever.
it's
shenanigans
not
on that
free.
too, because you can go to see the international, and those ticket sales are different than compendium money.
You can do both.
But it's not free.
But it's
that
different.
jersey's not free. You had to pay for it.
Yeah.
No, but this is an advanced Patreon. That's all it is.
Yeah, but
Versus the League of Legends
with like the
Championship.
Patreon like rewards and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But versus the League of Legends Championship, which is just money out of Riot.
Yeah, but that's why the pool's not as big though. I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not happy
Yeah.
that it's not big. I just don't like that it's getting the Guinness title because it is a Patreon.
I can see that.
And I wish the company was putting that kind of money and energy into it. I don't think they could. It would be unsustainable. But like
I
call it what it is.
I think they could. Like Valve's pretty much printing money.
Yeah,
over there.
Valve could pay for it,
Yeah.
and that's why I have a problem with
Yeah.
it. If Valve was like the little company that could,
You're right. I redact that statement from the record.
But I think the thing that keeps me from complaining about it is like it's only $20. It's not. They're not price gouging you. I could see if it was like they were charging like 40 or like a full price
Yeah.
game. Yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
But like $20, that's like.
No, I'm also like I'm glad these players are getting paid. I super am.
Because they bust their ass.
Yeah, they
man.
bust their ass. They're
Jeez.
impressive
Yeah.
as all get out. Like
Yeah.
esports kids are the best. Like those are our athletes.
Yeah.
Like they're getting athletic visas. Like they are legally athletes. Like they should get paid like athletes.
And my whole thing is I suck at those games. So like if I see anybody that's halfway proficient at them, I'm like, damn, dude, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like go ahead, like get it. So I don't know. I was very entertained. So that's it for me.
word intro's done. That was good intros though. We had a lot to say. We got to introduce ourselves. So this actual sucking topic is going to be pretty quick. We technically, me and Russ have done this post twice before, but it was under a different podcast name that we shall not be mentioning. But
Hashtag rebranding.
hashtag rebranding, hashtag
GOP.
hashtag
GOP.
cut out the fat. Hashtag.
I didn't say that. Anyway, yeah, we have covered this. Has it only been twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super important though. So PAX Maniacs, if you've never been to any geek convention or festival or hell, even a sports game, anywhere where there's going to be like tens of thousands of people, not 5,000 people, not 7,000 people. We're talking like, what is PAX like? 50 or 60 or
It's
London with a Y?
It's got to be more than that.
Anyway, when you have something this big, especially if it's not like at a concert where everybody's sweating and everything is loud, that's expected. People are going to BO and it's kind of whatever. You're standing in lines in like a room, shoulder to shoulder with people. Like, just wear something clean, take a shower, wear deodorant, be nice to your fellow human being.
Chew some gum. Do whatever you got to do.
Chew some gum. Watch where your stupid bag is hanging and don't hit people. People have been so bad with that recently.
It's like an epidemic, huh?
Yeah, just
you noticing it?
Be a dang human being. That's all. Also, bring a bottle of water. Bring snacks. I highly recommend if you can.
Bring what?
Snakes?
Snacks.
Okay.
Snacks.
Okay.
The snack.
I always bring an
Snicky
apple.
snack.
Day 2 of PAX, I'm adamant about bringing an apple.
I'm going to jump in real quick because thin people shouldn't give references for snacks. You need a bag of Cheez-Its.
I was about to say an apple.
You need a bag of Cheez-Its.
Who brings an apple?
What
An
is this?
apple. You ain't keeping the doctor away. You're surviving
Seriously.
a 9-hour life. Look at that 1 calorie burning body with your 0% fat.
saying.
You need a bag of Cheez-Its. You're going to want to have Grubhub and
What you got?
Postmates on your phone immediately.
All I could think of was like the little bundle of books with like the strap around it. You're going to school with your apple to give to the teacher.
This,
Like, what are you
this
talking
freaking
about?
anime character over here being like, 1 apple will give you the strength of 1,000 bears.
Not just an
That's
apple.
called spinach.
Yeah. But I always have tons. I have a lot of snacks in there, but most of them are like kind of trashy, like
What's trashy for you though?
like beef
Organic
jerky.
grains.
Okay.
Yeah, vegan beef jerky and
Free
and
range.
a bag of almonds. But
Free range.
2
all
pieces
organic.
of spinach with peanut butter in between it.
No, if
That's
I can.
called kale, not spinach.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap. I'm sorry. I didn't realize he was white enough to pull off kale.
Yo, kale
Have you looked
is
at him?
life.
3 almonds.
I'm gonna take 3 almonds and an apple for all of my whole weekend.
Such a heifer.
No, but what happens is, so I have a house that we usually house people for PAX because hotels apartment. Sorry,
In
and
Seattle, you don't have to say apartment. Everybody knows.
Assume it's
but
a
people
house.
sleep on our couches and it gets a little loud. And some people are visiting the city for the first time, so a lot of pizzas had, a lot of burgers are to be had. So if I have any control over what I eat at PAX, I try to bring something fresh, something that came from the ground.
Because you're gonna eat like a raccoon.
Because I
once
know
you go.
I'm gonna eat like a garbage, like dumpster fire that night.
A trash.
Hi,
panda.
my name is Garbage Dumpster Fire.
Hey.
I'm a brand new rapper here on the podcast. Yeah.
So that's another thing. Bring snacks and bring stuff that you can keep in your bag. Like if you can help it, don't bring like. Oh geez, some people bring like to-go microwave burritos or something like that, and then while they're waiting in line, they
Ew.
open it up and the smell just like
What?
Yeah, people bring hot food
Yo,
in a bag, and when they get in queue and in line, they just open it up and everybody has to smell
What?
it.
Keep your scent trail to a minimum. Like,
Right.
regardless
Serious?
of what it is.
Have you not seen that at cons?
No.
Oh, I see it all the time.
People
My-
are like, this is my mom's Baba Ganoush. Bleh.
My favorite thing to do at the convention center is to go to the second floor, get a smoothie, and have that smoothie as one of my meals.
Yeah. That's a pretty solid move, although I don't do anything at the convention because the lines are pretty rough.
Yeah, everywhere.
Pretty rough. You did do that's a veteran move, second floor. Everybody goes all the way to Subway or they try to get something on the ground floor.
Where the hell goes
But-
the subway? That subway is insane over there. No, thank
Yo,
you.
You're my 2 hints for PAX. Buy new shoes on Thursday. And nerds hate uphill, and Seattle is a city of hills.
It's
Just
everything. Everything's uphill.
Take a lift 2 blocks uphill in any direction, and you will sit down at a restaurant when you show up. You hit Cap Hill. 2 blocks away. You hit Cap Hill. You will sit down at a restaurant when you show up.
Nice, because you just pass everybody because nobody wants to go
No,
up there. Huh?
hill. It's the reason my party that I throw is uphill, and I have to pay a bus, 2 buses to take people uphill. I have 2 buses taking people to the party because nerds will not go uphill.
They're like, oh, uphill.
They're like, no, it's not possible. Like, my only weakness. How did you know? Like, I mean, I'm from Seattle. I try to start my day as uphill as possible and just roll down.
Nice. Nice.
You know, I'm trying my best to deal with London with a Y here and get attendance, and it's hard to get numbers, but
70,000.
in 2011 it was 70,000, and 2018 for East was 80,000. I can only imagine PAX West is at least
All I
at
know
80
is
or 90.
it's like shoulder to shoulder now. That's all I know. It's shoulder to shoulder almost everywhere.
It's packed, and
Yeah.
that's not counting the other hotels and events that are not directly involved. They're just, you know, parties and events that are just around the city of Seattle. And we'll get to that a little later.
Yo,
but 80, we're talking, I'll just say confidently.
500,000.
And
But, yo, hipster hat. Did any of you make it to the Bellevue Paxes? The original
No.
Paxes?
no.
I didn't move here
I
until
w- I went
08.
I went to the first one after it wasn't there. I went to the first one over here.
Okay, all right. I just want because I went to the first ones in Bellevue. I've been to all PAX primes because PAX West isn't a thing. Always prime,
Yeah,
always
fine.
prime and forever. Don't play with my emotions.
Or if you're here, it's just PAX, and
Yeah.
you guys have your other ones, but this is PAX.
Yeah. No big deal. But like the Bellevue ones where there was like a ball slushy machine, 14 people were there, and it took over one little center. It was
Nice.
dope. It was a dope time. But
Nice.
like this is like Seattle. You don't get to have the best thing ever and not expect people to show up.
There you go. Well said.
Woo!
Fire.
Woo!
I'm garbage can. Yeah.
Any other tips maybe about what to bring to PAX specifically? Like things that people forget. Oh my God, your charger and a brick charger.
Some people bring like a small portable chair to sit in,
That's pretty.
and
That's
they're on like a portable gaming device to just sit and wait in line. That's what my
pretty fire.
coworkers does.
that's smart too.
Also, I would say it's the way it's broken up. Is there's like different halls, different sections with different things in them. A lot of them are kind of the same. You know, like maybe you'll have like Bandai Namco and a bunch of companies in one. Another one you have Microsoft and a bunch of other companies. When I walk through there, I kind of walk through like if I'm not looking for something in particular, I kind of walk through like in a pattern.
Yeah.
And like go back and forth and cover everything. And that's also how you discover like little indie shit or stuff you may have heard of years before. And you're like, oh shit, I forgot that's a thing. And you'll go
Lights
check
and
it out.
sound. Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's what I do. Like I kind of think if you're not looking for something in particular, kind of dissect whatever hall you're in your mind and kind of like cover it because there's some good stuff in there.
But if you are looking for something specific,
Mm.
pick one thing that day, have a few contingencies, and whatever that one thing is, that is your religion, your life, your spouse.
Which is kind of what I wish I did last year because I heard Paradox was there and they did like something and I missed it. But
Yeah.
Skylar, who's usually on our podcast sometimes too. What's up?
Sky.
What up, Skylar? He went to it and he was like, Paradox was there. They had this whole thing and I was like, what?
I wasn't deep into Paradox yet. I had only started Age of Wonders 3 with some of my roommates, and I wasn't super dedicated. But shortly after PAX, I was a few hundred hours.
Bro, I gotta get you on that Stellaris, man. I gotta get you on that
Also,
Stellaris
I'm
tip.
scared of Stellaris. I'm scared of
should
Stellaris.
be.
I'll lose my job.
You should
My
be.
child will disown me.
You
It'll
should
start
be.
a blood feud in my family.
You
I
should be.
can't lose my family.
Yeah, you should be nervous. The game will consume you.
Yeah.
Also, if you can help it, try not to drive to the convention center and park
Hell no.
there. Yeah. Thank you,
Abandon
Chang.
all hope.
Thank you, Chen.
ye
You know
who
what?
drive
That's a
here.
bad idea in downtown Seattle normally anyway.
Yeah,
like, let alone
totally.
PAX.
And then I already said bottled water. I already said, charger. The way that the internet works at that convention center, it's gotten better in recent years, but
has gotten
pick
better.
places and times for people to rendezvous. Don't say I'll text you because some of that will pop out 3 hours later. So you just say noon at the top of the staircase.
Also, if you have any gaming device that has like social features built into it, like a DS or I don't know how the Switch and stuff works. But I know if you take a DS to PAX and you open up the Picto chat, it's just a penis parade. There's just people, just pages and pages of people just drawing penises, and you're just like, where's this coming from, PAX? God damn it, who's got a DS around here? Who's drawing penises?
You will get all your street passes. A
Yep.
couple of my partners have been through, and they're just like, I finished all the puzzles in
Yep.
one PAX.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you have any kind of device like that, definitely bring that as well.
Cool. And now that we talked about pre-PAX, we're going to talk about PAX parties.
Well, there you go.
But before we get into that, we're going to break and make sure you know how to find us and listen to us and support our sponsors and all of the things. On Instagram, we are salt_tier pod. On Twitter, we are salt_tier pod. Facebook, we are saltTier podcast. We are on Spotify. We're on SoundCloud. We are on Google Play, iTunes. Find us on the Soundcasting Network. That's a good place to find us and all of our friends' podcasts. So much cool stuff to be had there. And to start off our conversation about PAX parties, one of the PAX parties that are happening.
Hashtag live rangerously.
Hashtag live rangerously. There's a couple things that are happening Thursday. I'm always part of this fundraiser Triwizard drinking tournament. That's going to be all over Capitol Hill. So
It's quite fun. There's It's all 4 houses, 3 houses,
all 4
4
houses.
houses, and then it's split into 2.
You
so
forgot
it's like,
about Hufflepuff, didn't you?
No, actually, I forgot about Gryffindor.
Yo, who
How dare
cares
you.
about Gryffindor?
They've never won.
Griffin trash? Not even. Not
They're
even.
the ones who don't share.
Not even once.
But they're the lion.
So
Never,
they're the
not
ones
even
who like
once.
have the least amount of pins and then refuse to trade pins with you when you're like trying to collect everything. They were like hoarding
They're a
everything.
little stingy.
They don't understand how Pokemons work. You gotta catch
Hufflepuff
them
was
all.
underpinned and they gave me one of their pins. And Slytherin was like, "Here you go."
Hufflepuff gave you their pin because they're Hufflepuff.
Yeah. I had extra Ravenclaw, so I just like traded threw Ravenclaw at everyone.
Slytherin for life.
And I'm going to throw a link to this that we have. Sorry. I'm dealing with Linda with the Y, and she's trying her best, but, you know, things happen.
It's okay. You get what you pay for.
You do get what you pay for. Okay, so that's Thursday. That's where most of us are going to at least chime in. It's for charity.
Oh, also on Thursday, I'll be at ID at Xbox, so I'll be on the Microsoft campus. It's like a
When?
PAX pre-party.
When?
Like
Thursday.
Thursday.
29th.
This coming Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
I will see you there. Is it in the evening? When is this?
I think it starts at 4:00.
Oh.
It goes like 4 to 9 or something.
Oh, I gotta bounce. Too bad. I'm gonna miss you then.
Yeah, I'll be there. I don't even have to work a real day. I'm working at
Aw.
that.
Oh,
Gonna try to win an
you
Xbox.
should come early so we
Wait,
hang
you
out.
can win an Xbox from an event you're working?
Yeah.
Dope.
Because I'm not like because it's just where they're recruiting.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
no,
it's
I'm
not
back
like
in.
actual work.
Yeah.
No,
you're-
I was
you're-
just surprised. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're not family or employee, so you're good, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
I get it.
I don't even have a VDash anymore, so I'm not even Microsoft.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh. So,
Speaking of that, check out V Gaming on YouTube and on Twitter. That's me, V Gaming. Anyway,
Woo! Speaking of New Belgium Brewing, PNW, they are throwing a Sonic Boombox party at Spin Seattle featuring their Voodoo Ranger IPA. That's going to be Friday night of PAX. It's going to be tight. Homegirl Lauren's going to be there, I believe.
nice.
And I'm probably going to dip by. I'm off all day Friday, which is such a bad idea because I think I work Saturday morning. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hurt.
I'm going to the fair, so I'll eat a hamburger in your honor, sir.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But Spin is this crazy ping pong nightclub. I call it a nightclub because they have a dance floor and DJs and drink specials. But there's ping pong tables and everybody's just kind of playing and there's ping pong balls everywhere.
So like beer pong?
No, but I think that is part of it. There's no way it's not part of it. We had a associate that we hang out with and talk to, and we'll talk to Mikey about that and see like, hey, do they do beer pong? I figure they just make a lot of dirty ping pong balls.
In bars, you
Yeah.
play with cups of water,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you have your own beer, and then you drink.
It would still be just wet ping pong balls everywhere.
I mean, how much of your life isn't wet ping pong balls everywhere?
Speak truth.
I'm just
truth.
truth to power.
Keith, is it true?
no,
Power to the people.
they had no beer pong at Washington State University in Pullman. I don't
No.
even think they've heard of it.
No.
Nor have they heard of Bush.
Nor did they probably invent it.
They probably no, that's from the Midwest, 100%.
Beer pong?
Yeah, it's probably a Buckeye.
Then explain Europe.
Oh, is it in beer pong in Europe?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I did so much of that and pulled.
Are you sure it's
from
not
both.
beer pong?
Explain Europe.
Oh snap! Explain. What is it? Europe? No.
Europe would not exist without the beer pong.
The Danish people are quite
always
quite
the Danes.
versed.
You know what?
It's always the Danes.
Beer pong's some
Dang it.
hood shit. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna veto all these things. Like, there's a certain tax bracket where all you have is solo cups and beer and ping pong bottles. It probably started as 40 pong until the first white kid that made it out of Compton alive was like, I have seen the light.
And then it was all over Cali. It's all in Orange County.
Yeah.
Cali.
Drinking CLs.
And the Australia Club in
Oh.
Denmark.
Yeah, which is actually quantum entangled to that white kid.
Yeah. It's a concept.
As he gains knowledge, all of that place gains the same knowledge.
Yeah, you didn't know there's like a wormhole between
Yeah.
Denmark and Compton? I mean,
Like,
come
and
on.
you didn't know.
They also have kangaroos on the TVs just touching themselves.
What?
It's a very strange club, okay?
I'm gonna veto the last 14 seconds.
All right,
right.
and back to PAX parties
Back
Friday.
to Pat Party.
Yeah.
Friday to finish off Friday, we have
Borderlands.
Lo-Fi. Oh, sorry. It was going to be like Lo-Fi has the Nerd Music Showcase. That's going to be tight. That's Friday night.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, that one sounds great. And notably, goodness, who was one of the names that we were
Lex,
going
the lexicon artist, is going to be there, who is like deep in my heart. She's collabed with Mega Ran. I believe she's part of the NPCC, the Nerdcore People of Color Collective. Like she's deep in my heart. Has a dope Mob Psycho 100 track that came out this year.
Yeah, and then Schaefer the Dark Lord, Miss Eves, Techno Mage, D&D Sluggers, Death Star, MC Ohm, and Nicola Whalen. $10. Starts at 7:30. That'll be at Lo-Fi.
Mob Psycho 100, like the anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, these are all deep nerd rappers. Like
Okay.
it's video games, anime, like it's deep nerd rap. And Lex the Lexicon artist is like one of the up and coming stars.
Okay.
Like she's done South by Southwest. She's been doing live shows up and down the Pacific Northwest. Like you gots to look into Lex the Lexicon artist. Buy her stuff on SoundCloud. Follow her on Facebook. Like definitely I'm like 1 degree of separation away.
Separation.
Yeah. I prefer not to address my FUD syndrome on camera. But please, like, check out Lex the Lexicon artist.
Wonderful. And
What
go
I'm
ahead.
trying to get on Friday is the Borderlands 3 party.
Yeah.
Who starts at 9 o'clock. I feel like lining up at 6 o'clock in cosplay to make sure I get in.
Yeah. Where is this at?
Showbox Sodo.
Oh, okay. Borderlands 3, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be some cosplay.
Yeah, I'm going to be putting on my makeup and my costume at work. No one's going to be at work. It's a Friday and it's PAX. At least 2 people will be off.
Yeah, and they're also, that's not just PAX, it's also Bumper Shoot. No.
Well,
yeah.
that's that weekend, yeah.
It's
Bumper
Bumper
Shoot.
Shoot. Is Dave Matthews still doing it? Is Dave
Burning
happening?
Man.
And Burning Man. Burn the frickin' man.
And it's the Washington State for the Puyallup. I don't know, some fair I'm getting
The
dragged
first
to.
weekend of the Washington State Fair
Yeah.
in Puyallup.
Yes. I'm just going for the burgers. That's all I care about.
Yo, that's the only fair that
Okay.
matters.
Yeah.
That's the only fair in
Yeah, I
Washington
just
that
want a
matters.
burger.
And 2 more notable mentions for Friday. We have a Life is Strange 2 party at Art Marble. Lastly, and
I have yet to play those games.
Yeah.
And I have both of them. And
They're good.
I hear they're excellent, yeah.
and then Cyberpunk 2077 is throwing a party
That comes out on my birthday.
at Crocodile. So that's Friday. Go ahead.
I'm going to throw a top secret thing in real quick. I should have done it in PAX Prep.
Exclusive.
But if you are interested in an event, hit the club up and find out what their capacity is. Like, if
599 people.
find out what the capacity of the event you're going to be at is, because you really, like, it's going to help you make your judgment calls and when you need to be that
Yeah, that would have been
Like,
nice
that
to
is-
know at the
Pro tip.
Bioshock party.
Yo, the Bioshock line party?
2 years ago.
Like, that line's still out there. I'm pretty sure
Probably.
babies have been born.
Yeah.
Like, real splices is happening.
People that got married in line.
Yeah,
people
it was
that passed
romantic.
away. Yeah.
I got to see the live music. I was one of the
missed
lucky few.
I didn't know live music was there.
They had live orchestra playing the opening music for the first game.
Oh, dang.
That's pretty tight. All right, moving on to Saturday. Saturday at noon to 2 at Optimism Brewing, we have the Black Game Devs meetup. That should be fun. That's very, very specific.
Ooh, all 6 of us. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, and then that's a great place to show like how many are in the area. Probably a lot from out of town, if we're gonna be honest.
There's quite a few. I was just goofing. There's quite a few.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I got a buddy that he works over at Xbox, and they have a meetup for blacks at Xbox, and it's like a small group, and they all get together and they do events every now and then.
Yeah.
I got a handful of beers last time I went and hung out with them.
Yeah.
They invited me to one of their little meetups. It's like a little safe space, nothing too loud, people chilling, free food, free drink, and it's all about ask your friends who work in the industry because stuff like that happens all the time. After that, there's a chiptune show at Club Contour later that night. And then, of course, there's Pink Party 11 on Saturday night at Numos, which is going to be a straight rager.
That is the OG PAX party.
It really
is the
is.
longest running one.
And then there's the funny little party we're going to be hanging out with Lauren, hopefully, maybe, if I could get off. We'll see, because I'm going to have to get a hookup to get into this. At PAX, there's always that free party at GameWorks. This time, it's with Voodoo Ranger IPA. Live dangerously.
My favorite.
Woo! Voodoo Ranger!
My favorite.
And the first 100 people get a free Voodoo Ranger beer and a game card to play games for the rest of the night.
For the rest of the night?
I mean, until the card is done.
I think it's an
Okay.
hour.
Okay.
Oh, it's an hour?
Yeah, it's an hour game
it's
card.
on a timer?
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
No, I could smash that.
I'd
place in an
rather
hour.
have the timer than like whatever X amount on there, to be honest.
And that's
with
at
you.
8 p.m., so, line up at 1 a.m.
the day before.
Yeah. I can honestly say if you show up there after 9 o'clock p.m., you're probably not getting in. Because last year, that thing started lining up at like 6:30 and was horrendous. Because it's free. If they made that thing $2, I'm not even kidding here. If they made it $2, that line would cut in half.
No, it's the scumbag lineup. It's like if you ever go to a music festival or anything, and there's like, if 6 people pay $5, you can sleep in premium camping. Always pay that $5.
And you're like, what is this, Dota 2?
Hey, Patreon.
Yeah, I brought out a lot of cash for just the PAX parties. I just want to make sure I have the cash to get in.
Same. I think I spent like $150 at the Tri-Wizard party alone, didn't I? Because I like buying rounds of drinks. I get all happy.
Well, and then also since it's a donation, we're doing a fundraiser, so you want to have extra cash out if you're doing the Tri-Wizard, so you can buy things off the fundraiser.
Are you gonna be dressed up, Sage, on Friday?
Friday?
Yeah, like when you're doing all this, for Saturday. Whenever are you doing all this? Are you gonna be dressed up?
Friday for Borderlands, I'm probably gonna dress up. I don't know what I'm doing Saturday. Sunday I will attend con.
What are you doing for Borderlands? Are you gonna be Lilith?
Yeah.
Nice. Or Moxie? Meh.
All right, so
Use your imagination.
please insert into the audio the boob grab soundtrack at that exact moment. But
Small titty grip.
sorry,
It's
but
fine.
like, real question though, because I didn't know that the Tri-Wizard tournament was a fundraiser. What are you raising funds for, if you don't mind me asking?
It's for child play.
Oh,
Child's
hey.
play. Yeah, great fundraiser.
I was gonna say for AA, like it was like the opposite. Like
The donation is people.
Yeah, it's
Get
for
out of
AA.
here.
We challenge non-Ravenclaws to join because Ravenclaw wins every year for highest donations.
Yo, we highest house. Why you gotta play?
It was creeping on us pretty hard. And as far as attendance,
Hufflepuff?
is getting strong because stoners found out that that's their house. They Hufflepuff puff pass.
that is
I'm gonna need to
true.
take this up with Snoop Dogg. We're gonna need a new
Yeah.
Ravenclaw track out real quick.
Yo, and they printed out shirts 2 years ago, and it was the honey badger holding beers. And oh man, they're having a lot of fun.
Time out. Like, okay, I gotta rewind this all the way back to like, what is this, like 2000? Like, why and when? Like, what was the original meme that started with the fucking honey badger?
It was a voiceover
Uh-huh.
of someone just following a honey badger, and I will have London with a Y. Can we?
Yeah, London. Can you link that for me? Cause
Is this pre-Honey Badger Don't Give a Shit?
I'm
That's
talking
exactly what we're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that was a mock video.
Yeah, and I knew it was like a spoof of something,
Yeah.
but I'm like, why is it catching on so much? I don't get it.
2013.
Okay.
Only a half. No, there's no way it's.
Yeah,
only
it's
half
just
minute.
really strange to me because I grew up like like by the woods and stuff. I was like, I knew about them, and it's just like, okay, like what's the big? Why is this a thing now? What's happening?
Because honey badger don't give a shit.
Okay.
There are a bunch of other videos out here. I think it just got copied so many times.
Is that the same as Ceiling Cat is watching you masturbate type thing?
No, I think ceiling cat's after honey badger.
Yeah, but you know what I mean though. Like,
Yeah,
is it along that vein?
Kind of. Except for this was somebody's like YouTube gold.
Okay.
Like this was their chocolate rain.
Oh.
Like this.
Hey Tezande.
This was that.
This was somebody's hell no.
Yeah.
On. Okay. All right.
This was someone fresh out of the water, like I was a dolphin, fresh out of the water.
Okay.
So the origin of this, thank you London with a Y. The video titled "Crazy Nasty Ass Honey Badger." Original narration by Randall with 2 L's.
Right.
Otherwise, and uploaded by YouTube CZG123, January 18th, 2011.
Okay.
And the footage was from National Geographic
I was
Special.
20.
Me too.
I'm a child.
Wait, what was this? 2011?
Yeah, but January 2011.
Ah,
We're
I had a 1-year-old at that point. I had a child. Is that the same thing?
92 million views. What the hell?
I have a dog child. Does that count?
No.
That's a lot.
I got children's too, so yeah.
Yeah. I firmly stand against fur babies counting as children.
Goodness. But
Don't give me your
last
last
but not
name.
least,
Don't give me your last name. They're not people.
this is our
They're cute. They got sort of souls, but they're
Oh
not people.
goodness. Last thing and outro. We're talking about Sunday. Sunday fun day at PAX,
Sunday.
where obviously wonderful New Belgium Voodoo Ranger is the official beer of the beer garden at PAX. And if you show up nice and early, you can go to the Seattle Indie Expo at Motif Hotel.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Like
That one's free to go to. You can
No
talk to
badge required.
you can talk to 2 developer produced games. Some of them are solo developers, and they just have like a little corner of this table. Like, how long have you been working on this? Oh yeah, like 2 years by myself, just making a game.
To be honest, those are like some of the best games. You got Super Meat Boy, you got fucking Stardew Valley, there's Rebel Galaxy, you got Torchlight 1 and 2. There's so many good games that were made by like two people.
by that person. That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And then-
Stardew Valley blew me away that was only made by one person.
But-
that game's insane.
Dominique.
It was great.
After that on Sunday, what on earth is there to do on Sunday night?
Oh, Sunday night you go home, you pray to Jesus. Okay, so the pink party is the OG party. Like, and I pay mad respect to them. I go every year, like visiting the Godfather.
Saturday.
On Saturday. That's the Saturday party. When PAX decided to go 4-day, I took a risk. And I decided that I would throw a party on that Sunday night. It was a holiday the next day, and I wanted to see what happened. And since I was a League of Legends rapper at the time, at the end of that illustrious career,
You're a League of Legends rapper?
yo, Area of Defect, 6v4, D-Town, Endgame, what you got? I got 3 albums. They went triple.
You know what's funny is
bits.
like I was just thinking about that. Like I always think about like it'd be dope if there was like a rapper who was like legit, who was up there with like all your mainstream rappers and like your classic rappers, but like all they rapped about was like video game stuff. And there's some that kind of do that, like in the mainstream. But like I want to see somebody who have like a really like deep dark like Dota or like League of Legends or like some like really deep cut.
Mega Ran is the closest one. Mega Ran's the highest. He's the highest tier, and I mean that's Mega Man.
Yeah.
And then you have the Proto Man, which is the rock opera of Mega Man. Like, if you do Mega Man, you get to make it, I guess. Capcom, thank you.
Yeah.
How about MC Frontalot? Is
Yeah,
he still
MC
is he
Frontalot,
still
yeah.
there?
MC Frontalot is
Yeah.
the OG of nerdcore hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, when you do your big tour, it's your big tour with MC Frontalot. Like,
seen
he's
him-
still
I've
out there
seen him a
doing it.
couple
Like,
times.
and I believe Frontalot is going to be at PAX, but like, anyways, like all
He
these things.
usually
Yeah.
is, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's usually around. If he doesn't have a PAX show, he has a show around PAX.
Yeah.
Like, and you always go, you pay your respects.
I like Laser Beams. That's my favorite song that he did.
Yo, Laser Beams is dope.
Yeah.
But then I have Porapalooza. Like, Porapalooza is my baby. It's what I do. It's the cornerstone of Afroduction's entire business year.
This is your Christmas, huh?
This is my Christmas. Like,
Right.
it is my it is my Christmas that isn't Christmas because I have a 9-year-old, so Christmas is also stressful.
Yeah, but if you want to get the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, like
Then you best start early.
Yep.
And I'm actually going to show these off. If you show
That
these.
was a reference Keith got over there.
Yay! But yeah, so like I said, I went to the original PAXs. I was super deep into PAX since the beginning. I played Smash Brothers Melee there in tournaments, not on CRTs, and we had entire arguments with like the tournament coordinators and whatnot. But I remember when PAX was about showing off your video game, and then the economic collapse happened, E3 tanked, PAX became E3, and kind of the heart of PAX dropped a little. It was no longer about showing off your game. It was about getting people to pre-order your game.
That's fair.
And
fair.
it was a really weird turn. And it stuck with me for a while, and I've been trying to get back to what it was. But
and it turned like right away.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
Like it's 0 to 60.
Yeah.
Like that dial didn't exist and then it was installed.
I agree.
So I started throwing Porapalooza as trying to get a little bit of that heart back. I've always kept the price. I rent the club out. I'm in charge of all of the staff because it's normally a day the club is closed. So I'm in charge of making sure the staff gets paid, everybody gets paid. I rent the entire place out, and we just throw the baddest nerd party we can. I have a $1,500 cash prize pool for cosplayers. 1,000 to first place. 250 for the 2 runners up. Like, I have a Smash Brothers tournament this year, which is brand new. I do a gamers VIP lounge.
It's a Smash Melee.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were allowed to talk about the other ones.
I was just being facetious.
But no, like, this is a party about being gamers in the wild. It's a party about being a nerd and how we can control our party narrative. So many times I end up going to nerd parties or parties that are nerd themed that are just bro parties that happen to have a nerd name.
Yeah, because I was going to stop you right there. I was like, a nerd party. Like traditionally, those things don't seem like they go together.
Yo, I had a dude last year, and I got mad respects for Dr. Robotnik from Porapalooza 2017 in his full egg copter cosplay, roaming around in the club, just knocking into people and getting dance, and also getting macked on mad hard. That mustache got more tang than anybody else.
Nice. You had a lot of people riding that mustache, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is no, but Porapalooza it's my baby child. I love it, and I love hosting events. I'm branching out into Emerald City, Rose City. I'm going to be doing other things. Nice. But one of the core things that I want to do is it's not Afroductions Porapalooza. Porapalooza is its own thing. It exists on itself. Like, nobody talks about Sasquatch, rest in peace, and is like, oh, STGs and Live Nation Sasquatch. I wanted to create an event that stood on its own, that was its own destination, and it's taken me years of hard work, but we've gotten there. We've worked really hard. Sage has been part of that team, and has been there since, I think, the beginning, but we're on year 9 right now. We're 2 years after Pink Party we started, and 7, 9, 7, same thing.
Somewhere in there.
So I think we're on year 7 this year, but like we've been fighting really hard to make this as dope as possible, and we just want to get down. This year, I guarantee you, I will have at one point in time the entire club doing Baby Shark because it needs to happen.
Wow.
I'm going for the Guinness World Record for Baby Shark.
Wow.
I do have one question. Because of the cosplay contest, certain events that are like party-based require cosplayers to pre-register. How do you deal with the cosplay contest?
Okay, so, and this is always a big question. I always have to explain this to people. The party starts at 9. My 3 judges start judging cosplay at 9. We walk through the line, we walk around in the club, and at 11 o'clock, we pull the 3 finalists on stage, announce the $1,000 winner, and start the party back at 11:02. This is a party with a cosplay problem, not a cosplay fashion show with a party attached to it.
Okay.
So, and that's something that people have gotten confused about. They've been like, I thought we were going to walk on stage. And I was just like, but then how was I going to dance?
Yeah.
How was I supposed to
I was
dance.
in the middle of drinking, like my ice is melting in my drink. Let's hurry up and do this.
Yeah, but we
In
got,
my drink.
But the Smash, actually, I actually brought a couple of this year's. So the other thing that I started doing 3 years ago is I made pins, custom pins for them. So this year's theme is Nightmare Before Christmas.
If you're watching on Facebook, take a look at the camera. We got Loud and Brown's gonna put them up in your face.
The Jack pin is 2 inches. It glows in the dark, which you're not going to see right there. It glows in the dark. Check it out on the Facebook. And then Sally has her little dangly arm. And the pins that are about to go up, those are last year's pins, and that was T'Challa and Killmonger.
Nice. Disney, please don't sue.
Yeah, no, yeah, Disney, please. No, we ain't Sony. Don't come for me.
You mean purple house cat and orange house cat.
Disney's like,
well,
we want
Poro.
half. We want a half and all the TV rights.
But yeah, snap. Oh, the stream has been taken. So I actually bought these. I got 2 sets, and I brought them for the podcast.
Nice.
So these are y'all's. Battle over them as you see fit, since there's so many of you.
Oh, these are cool.
But I want to show them off. Like, yeah, I pay everybody. I make sure that everybody. I've built a team over the years of people that believe in this event and believe in what I'm doing, and we believe that you can always make things the way that you want them. Like, this is super nerdy. Like, it's super fun. Like, the Chad vibes at an all-time low. My super introvert friends who never go outside are like, Poro's the only time I'm at the club. And I'm like, that's fine. I will make sure that you're safe. I'm always working the door because it's my event and I need to be responsible. I think in the 7 years I've had 3 drinks at my own party because I'm in charge. I have to make sure that this is an event that you feel safe at. So I make sure that you're taken care of.
I can attest, I do know a couple of those introverted friends, and I only see them leave the house for Poro.
Nice.
That is truth. That is absolutely what happens. And Poro gets wild. There's a lot of fun at Poro too. I like it.
And then if you are not a big partier and you don't like big lines or big groups of people, go to PAX on Monday because everyone's hungover and sleeping in.
Monday's the day I take my kid to PAX. There's no lines. We do whatever we want. Like, we roll through PAX. We touch everything. It's so dope.
Enter all the raffles on Monday. It's great. I won headset there. Marika won a game.
Yo, stay late till the end, and all the companies that don't want to take gear back because shipping things is expensive will just start throwing it into crowds. I've gotten mice. I've gotten keyboards, headsets, everything.
Nice.
Mouses. Well, goodness, that was a lot of information and a lot of time. But I think we had a lot of fun. We got a lot of information out there.
We did.
And I think we probably don't need a closing statement, but I'm going to have us throw out the tags before we split. And if you need to contact me, once again, I'm Loud and Brown. I am at Loud and Brown on Instagram.
Holler at him on Steam. He'll see all your messages.
All of my messages on Steam. That's Gross Def with a PH. PlayStation 4, I'm on there pretty often, though. And I'm going to go backwards to my left.
That'd be me. Across the table here, you got the Saverings ... holler. I'll be on Steam if you want to get at me on the I guess the Steam group. Like let's drive some stuff up. If you want a topic or something discussed on the Steam group, let me know. Let any of us know because we're all admins on there. Catch me online if you want to play some VR chat. If you want to play some Stellaris. If you want to talk some Dota and I don't know what I'm talking about, sure, let's do that too. But in the meantime, just check us out on here and kick it off to Sage.
Well, I guess it's me, Sage Bell, on most of the things out there, including Twitch, Twitter. I don't know what else Sage Bell is at. Everything, I guess, except for Facebook and Instagram, SageBell_model, because Sage Bell was already taken.
What's your Christian mingle?
I don't use that.
My Christian mingle is FetLife.
Yeah, her Christian mingle is Madame Sage Bell.
I will step on you. And to my left.
Yo, this is Dom from Afroductions. I'm a one-man wrecking crew. Come through PAX on Sunday. Check it out on Facebook. There's a lot of opportunities for VIP, including getting into my first Smash Brothers Invitational. Like, follow, and subscribe the saltTier podcast, and thank you all for having me on.
Is that Melee or Brawl that we're gonna be?
I'm gonna need this camera turned off real quick, just for a second.
It's episode 9. That's what we're playing.
Episode 9, Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, Maniacs. That's been episode 39. I want to thank, once again, Voodoo Ranger for having us. Remember, that is a B Corp certified company, employee owned, live dangerously. Follow them at New Belgium Brewing. Oh, New Belgium _PNW. I want to thank Keith the Boogie.
Whose eyes did not get stuck with all the rolling over there the whole podcast.
The entire podcast, not a single roll. And if you want to check out any of his other podcasts, he runs, and he has, I mean,
Pretty much everything.
Yeah, he runs whatever, all the things.
Yeah.
But him and Robbie and a bunch of other people. There's a production staff.
Yeah.
And don't forget London with a Y.
Yeah. Good
She's
job for
invaluable.
London. Shout out for
Thank
London.
you, London.
Yeah.
We didn't have our other board switched up, so we didn't get any screenshots. But thank you, London with a Y. But
We're training her up.
yeah, check out Soundcasting Network, a bunch of cool Seattle podcasts. Too many to mention. And goodness, were you going to say something?
I'm just really upset that you let that candy corn melt in your water over the course of this entire
That was
time.
the point.
This is real gross.
Candy corn is the devil's earwax, man.
It
I'm
is the
telling
devil's
you.
earwax. I want to thank everybody for listening. Remember to share, follow, like. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Spotify. Spotify is probably a pretty solid way to listen to this, actually. The way I like their UI. Good for them. Now give your artists some money. This has been...
Pretty much.
This has been a production of the Soundcasting Network. Thank you kindly. Yeah, extra 8 minutes.
Gonna dance till someone turns off the video.
Just for that, I'm gonna linger.
Squeaky chairs.
And okay, I'm bored.
Look at that.